What is going on, everybody, and welcome to Unplayable. This is round one of the Showcase series, and today we have Kevin from Roll On Gaming, and we got Davis from Tower Number 9 playing against each other, and this is going to be interesting. I have no clue what deck list they brought, but we're about to find out. You ready, Coach?
Let's get into it.
All right, let's hear from our competitors.
My name is Kevin, and I am with Roll On Gaming. So Roll On Gaming was created initially as a Star Wars Destiny podcast back in 2018. We were an audio-only podcast at the time, and that was created just myself and my brother Corwin. We took a hiatus like a lot of people did when the game was canceled, and when Star Wars Unlimited was announced, I was raring to go and ready to start content creation again. But I didn't want it to be the same because I thought at that point we had just sort of outgrown the audio-only format. So I made it a point to break into video, and as challenging as that's been, it's been such a time saver because there's only minimal editing. We can share our authentic thoughts and keep the majority of what we're discussing and let the chips fall where they may. And so obviously I got Corwin back on board, and now here we are. I decided that I was going to have some fun, and if by have fun you mean get booted in the first round, then that's probably what's going to happen. I brought Hera with one of the Vigilance bases. Hera works so well with unique units, and some of the best unique units are in Vigilance heroism. So I thought by pairing those two things together, it might make for something that's something that nobody's going to expect, which I think was sort of the point. Everybody assumed that I would play Grand Admiral Thrawn because I have a Thrawn over my shoulder and I've been doing some videos about Thrawn, but also because again, this is a fun tournament. I'm even if I get wrecked in 5 minutes, I'll still have a blast playing, and it'll be a unique look at a deck that some people might be overlooking, and maybe it'll surprise some people. Maybe it'll do some things. But I think this is a really cool thing that you guys are doing. I'm stoked to be a part of it. I'm happy to participate in all forms as the game grows and progresses. I'm excited to get real cards in hand and potentially do this with those as well. So yeah, just looking forward to my game and getting to engage with a great opponent and sling some cards around and have some fun.
All right, number one, we got a celebrity in our midst.
That's right.
Look at all those Emmys behind him, dude. What is happening?
His room is all swagged out. He's got the Emmys in the back. He's got all those graded cards. He's got it looked like Stormtrooper wallpaper, which is pretty sweet.
Absolute legend. Absolute legend. So we'll see if his celebrity status helps him at all in this tournament. But based on his deck list choice, I'm going to go ahead and say it doesn't. Hera is not what we would consider one of the better heroes, but I respect him for choosing it.
Absolutely. I'm excited to see what Hera Vigilance can do. Let's hear from our next competitor, Davis.
I'm Davis, aka Tower Number 9, and I am from Tower Number 9, which is my own channel. I have a YouTube channel, I have a Twitch channel under the same name, and I write some articles as well, some of them at the Fifth Trooper. My own channel, I have a fair number of gameplay videos. I have been doing card reviews of new cards as they're previewed, and I'm hoping to kind of be a little more on the competitive side, not entirely competitive. A lot of the stuff that I've written for Fifth Trooper is much more introductory content, with the game still coming out and trying to get people into it and stuff like that. But I would say that my content does tend to focus more on the sort of competitive gameplay and strategy side of things. So for this event, I chose a green Sabine build, and I would say there's two main things there. So the first one is that I think, quite frankly, it's going to be an easy deck for me to get all the physical cards for. If I recall correctly, I believe my composition does not have any legendary cards. It's all rare or below. At the FFG Community Celebration, I actually pulled a Hyperspace Sabine that I think looks really cool, so I'll be happy to be able to play with that. Additionally, though, I do think it's also a potentially pretty good deck and at least conceivably well positioned. We've sort of seen this evolution of the meta where, there's the old classic matchup triangle where aggro beats control, control beats mid-range, mid-range beats aggro. And so we've sort of seen it going between those things. And right now, in the most recent tournament, it seems like control is the most popular. So I'm thinking, maybe if I go with an aggro deck, that'll be good if other people are still playing those sort of control decks from the tournament. I don't have too much else to say, just excited for the event and curious to see how it ends up going.
All right.
We got another green bean on the
on the tournament roster.
I
gotta say,
Coach.
though, I like his reasoning. He thinks he can get all the physical cards for it, and he pulled a really sick hyperspace Sabine in the community event that we were at. So I'm pretty
fair.
I'm into all that. I think that's a
and
good call.
And it sounds like it's a super budget deck, which is sweet because you ain't got
yeah.
no legendaries.
pretty sweet. Wouldn't that be cool if one of the premier decks in the game is able to be
legendaries.
Purchased at a budget?
That'd be sweet.
So you love to see that. We're gonna see how it stacks up against Hera. And let's get into the games. All right,
we got the roll off going, Coach. We got the roll off going. Let's see.
Looks like
Hera.
Davis won the roll off, so Sabine's going first here. That's a pretty spicy opening hand for Hera there with the restored arc.
Okay.
I'm surprised that the restored arc gets
resourced
here. The healing is super nice, but I guess he wants to be able to contest the ground arena potentially.
I really like the idea that he took the 30 health base because obviously aggro is pretty popular right now.
Mm-hmm.
So that will actually maybe help him, and I think he understands. I'm not racing here. I'm not gonna win if I try to race. I have to kind of play like a mid-rangey game plan until I get Hera out, and then kind of like try to take the game from there.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Yep, 2 Battlefield Marines. I've seen this story before. I've seen this play out before, Coach.
We know how this movie goes.
Sabine did get the claim. Which is smart. Instead of using Sabine's ability, you go ahead and claim because you want to swing first, so that you can't just trade.
You have the option to swing first. You also now Davis has the option of playing Wing Leader and buffing Sabine before,
or buffing
he can get traded into.
Marine,
sorry,
Battlefield
Marine.
Lieutenant.
Yep. So chooses to go with the Fleet Lieutenant there, and let's see how Kevin responds.
Yeah. He's going face.
Goes face.
I'd probably make the trade there personally.
Very
especially since he didn't play the Wing Leader. I'm actually really surprised he didn't go the Wing Leader route so that he couldn't make the trade.
I wonder if he wants to play Strike True. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's gonna play Strike True and keep it alive. I would maybe there.
Actually, that's probably
first. Better. Well, if you Strike True first and then you kill the other guy.
Oh yeah.
Then Sabine is really on the back foot.
Fair. Yeah, that's probably pretty good.
So.
I still think Wing Leader was probably the play there to keep that from happening.
Potentially. Wing Leader can come down this turn as well.
What are you playing here? What are you playing? What are you resourcing?
I don't know, man. I'd be tempted to resource make an opening at this point.
But that heal,
the heal's nice, but it doesn't line up into the things that come out around this time of the game.
But he could play, like, say he plays it here. He gets to keep his Battlefield Marine on the board, and he heals too.
That's true. I don't mind that.
You're probably not doing that because Kanan's super good.
If he was going to trade into that Fleet Lieutenant anyway, I really feel like he should have done that last turn.
Yeah, probably. But we know we're watching this after the fact.
Of course, it's hard. It's hard to make these decisions in the moment.
Kanan's good though. Kanan's really good.
Yeah, Kanan's great here.
Out comes Sabine on turn 4. That's so early. I mean, a leader coming out, or not turn 4, but resource number 4, which is turn 3. It's just and then here comes the Wing Leader Diddy.
And he's got Metal Ceremony in hand to buff it even more if he wanted.
That's probably why he didn't play Wing Leader on that turn, is because you save it for Sabine.
He was waiting.
Right. Yeah. Like you flip Sabine and then you give her Wing Leader.
Now Sabine is massive.
Yep. And now you're not getting rid of that. Yeah. It's gonna be real hard to try and get rid of that.
Where's Entrenched?
Like make an opening makes it maybe fine. Let's see. If he makes an opening, it goes down to what? 6
health, and Kanan doesn't kill it.
Kanan still doesn't get the kill.
Yeah.
But you could heal 2, swing with Kanan to heal some more, and then Carabas.
This is a tricky spot for sure. And we've got a K2 and double for a cause in hand for Tower number 9. So that hand is just straight gas.
Getting the heals, taking less damage. Yeah, I think making an opening is probably fine. You could Carabas here, right?
4 total?
It's how much damage you have on them, or is that?
Yeah, +1.
So +1. So you swing in to Sabine with Kanan, you don't die, and then you Carabas.
Yeah, you take 3, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you take 3.
Yeah, so you could do that.
And you get some heals. I mean, that's not terrible value.
Yeah. I think that's really the only line here. It's a little unfortunate because the Sabine here can just DCL K2 in and kill Kanan.
Yeah. that you
before
have to
the-
be expecting that though, right? You have to be expecting the Caravast, and clearly he's not expecting the Caravast.
It works
'Cause
out for Kevin there.
Yeah, ECLing K2 would totally shut down Kevin's whole operation right there. But
Yeah.
I guarantee you he wasn't thinking about that card.
For sure. I mean, I feel like not a lot of people have a lot of experience in the Hera, so it's,
Yeah.
I mean, including us. Double for a cause is just looming large in hand.
Yeah, that's a lot of out of
You've got
hand damage. But
basically at least 7 from K2, and then, well, I guess Kevin has
he's got a 30 health base.
initiative, so you can take out K2 real quick. Okay, we're bringing in Obi-Wan.
Yeah, so if he kills Obi-Wan, Kanan gets bigger, which is cool.
Yeah, but the wing leader potentially makes K2, puts K2 out of range of Kanan and lets K2 kill Obi-Wan.
Fair.
So that's a
brutal.
lot of value right there.
Oh, he's going.
Oh, interesting. Okay, we're going into
Going
space.
full space. And
This is
Hera
a
comes out
very
this turn.
interesting game. I'm liking how this game is playing out. Not the plays that I would have expected.
So she for that is that space is
I
gonna
mean,
be
that-
brutal.
There is, the 2/4 causes in hand that is just gonna basically deal 8 next turn.
Mm-hmm.
So that threat is looming quite large. You just gotta run your K2 into Obi-Wan, and then next turn fire off 2/4 causes, and
This is where
hit with,
having
like,
bright
one thing and you're good.
having Bright Hope here would be so good.
yes,
Getting the heals is cool. He gets still only
yeah.
2. That's unfortunate.
that is unfortunate.
If he would have got if they hit a red hero card there and healing 3, that's
could
a
have
lot.
healed 3. That would have been big.
And then
Would have
takes the 3
negated the
off
K2
K2.
play.
He didn't take the damage on Obi-Wan, but that's fine. This is actually
Is it a closer game than you
Ghost.
would have thought, right?
Yeah, this is a lot closer than you would think.
I mean that hand looks pretty pretty unbeatable, honestly, though.
Yeah, double 4 cause. Like, what do you?
And he
there's
still has
literally-
ECL, so he can ECL the gorilla attack pod
Mhm.
and do the whole thing that David really wanted to do and never did.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, I don't not like if he has Right Hope in this deck, which I don't know. I don't have the deck list in front of me. I forgot to pull it up. But I guess Luke is the next best option to be able to take something out.
Yep. So, I mean, you know that there's 4 damage coming in. You're gonna be hurting a little bit.
He's stealing 5. I mean, he's close.
He's really close.
He gets
He's
the
gonna
heal
be,
here for 2 again.
Wow.
If he's not getting lucky with the Kanan hits there.
No, this is a crazy close
So
game.
1, 2, 3. He can only play 1 4 cause here.
No, you can play both. He's at 6 resources.
Oh, he's at 6. Okay.
Yeah. I think
He swings for 4.
if he
He
attacked
only needs
with
to do
Hera
1 more
first-
damage.
Hang on, if he attacked with Hera first, was he dead?
If he
Does
attacked
Forecast
with
kill
Obi,
him?
no. If he, oh
Well,
yeah,
because Hera gives something an experience when she attacks.
yeah,
So I think if you attack with Hera first, then you give an experience to Kanan and hit with Kanan. You now have enough
or
damage.
if you attack with Obi-Wan first, and then attack with Hera.
Well, Obi-Wan had 4 attack.
Yeah,
or
but
did he
that's
have an
fine.
experience from last turn?
What I'm saying is he has to kill Obi-Wan because he has Sentinel, and Hera
Oh,
would still
true.
be ready.
Sure,
if he would
sure,
get his
sure.
swing in.
Yeah, true.
Dang.
Dang, wow, crazy close game.
Does it have?
Well, it's ready now, the gorilla attack pod, and Kevin's out of stuff, so
Yeah,
he's gonna get hit for
Dang.
9.
dude, he had that game. That's what's
That
crazy
was
about
so
it.
close. That was such a close game, man.
Holy
That was
cow!
what a wild game that was. It did not go the way that I would have expected that it would have gone.
Yeah,
about you?
at all. Like literally, Kevin. Not that he made any misplays or anything, but he had it locked in. He was so freaking close. The
So
heals from
close.
Kanan. If Tower number 9 didn't go so heavy into space, it would have been hard for him to chew through Obi-Wan, and then
Definitely.
all of the experience Kanan was getting and stuff. So
Definitely.
yeah, that's crazy. That
That
is
w-
crazy.
That was a wild game, much closer than I would have expected. And maybe Hera's got some game. But let's move into game 2. We're going to talk about sideboarding. So Kevin is taking out 2 Zeb Aurelios and 2 Jedi lightsabers, and he's putting in 2 Yodas and 2 Rebel assaults.
That's interesting. Like Yoda for the restore, I think is really good. Plus
Yep.
getting some card draw. is
Yoda's
fine.
just great against aggro, right? The restore
Mhm.
2 is so big.
I'm surprised. I don't know. Is Zeb good without ECL? Zeb probably isn't.
Yeah,
good.
Zeb's a lot slower without ECL, and I feel like in this matchup, it's probably too slow.
Too slow, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But Rebel Assault is not slow, and it allows you to, if you have 2 guys out, it allows you to take out 2 of their guys.
Yeah, in one action,
quickly.
potentially even trade up, which is pretty interesting to see come in here. And we're going to move on to Davis's sideboarding, and he has elected not to sideboard anything. So
He said, "I want."
Thought the first game went pretty well, and we're good to go to game 2.
Beautiful. Let's see it.
So let's move into the second game here.
Let's see if Kevin can inch out that little bit, that 1 extra point of damage he needed to take it home. I really do truly
That was
believe
such a close game.
it was a close game, and I truly do believe that 30 health makes a difference when you're going up against something like Sabine.
Absolutely. All right, so we got the opening hands here.
A-Wing, Wing Leader, Battlefield Marine, all stuff that you love to
A-Wing,
see.
Battlefield Marine, great. You definitely want to see that. Are we going to resource the Arc again? Which is, I still find that so interesting. I feel like you want to keep that.
And Chopper.
Yeah.
Chopper is such a clutch 1 cost.
Like, I think
Interesting.
I'd rather keep Arc than Carabast personally. But that's
He's keeping
maybe
the 2
just me.
Sentinels, I think.
I think
is
that
his
makes a lot
plan.
of sense. That makes a lot of sense. But you
Like-
you don't have to keep Carabast though.
Yeah, true. Caravas probably isn't super good with what he has in hand. Well, I guess Bright
Could be
Hope.
good with Bright Hope, yeah.
Bright Hope.
If he
but
goes into space, but which he probably will now that Hera is going into ground. So that's
you
interesting.
almost want to go second against Sabine,
Yeah,
which feels weird because she's so fast.
yeah.
But
It's
then
so
she doesn't
interesting.
get to determine which side of the field she wants to play on. You know?
Man, Kevin, this disrespect for Arc 170.
Yeah, just absolute disrespect.
And we're going.
And here comes some. This
We're
is
going pretty
brutal.
aggressive here. Yeah.
Yep. This is the start that you want to see as a Sabine player if they don't have space. Now,
For
he does
sure.
have Bright Hope. So next turn, he gets to drop that, which is sweet.
Mm-hmm.
But
He's
I
got
don't know if
Yoda
that's-
to start the heal train.
Mm.
But- Tower number 9 over there's got Wolf to turn that healing off.
Yep. All right. What are we looking at here? You're playing Bright Hope on.
Yeah,
on his
probably
side.
playing Bright Hope. I wonder. I'd probably get rid of the Echo Base Defender at this point. You've got
Yeah.
ground pretty locked in. I don't think you need the Sentinel.
I think I agree with that. And you don't have 2 rebels on board, so you don't really need the Rebel Assault.
All right, it's Fleet Lieutenant.
That's probably fine. I mean, Fleet Lieutenant with Bright Hope would have been really clutch to take out something big.
Take out some
but
bigger space unit. I do like that option.
Now, what stinks for Kevin here is that there's a Spec Force soldier in
There is
Tower
a Spec
number 9
Force
stand.
soldier. Yep. Which means, potentially taking another 7 damage here. Potentially even more because he's out of resources and Red 3 can come down. So you're going to take 9 plus Sabine's damage. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 potentially. That's pretty rough.
Oh, he's not
Oh, interesting.
playing it,
Okay, we're
though.
not playing
He's
Spec
just-
Force.
He's just going to take
Attacking
out the
into it. Okay.
Bright Hope if he can. Oh, +1 from Wing Leader.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, so it's
All
a
right.
one. It's a fair trade for him. So
Yeah.
ends up fine.
Kevin's running low on options here.
Yeah, it's not looking pretty.
That Space Arena is getting out of hand for sure.
I mean, Yoda's heal is going to be really nice, but I don't know how much that's going to actually help. Especially like Carabast would have been sweet if he wasn't able to one-shot the Bright Hope, but he was able to one-shot the Bright Hope. So it's like
Yeah.
Carabast is going to do nothing for you now.
Yeah, it's kind of a dead card in hand at this point.
He's opting to take the damage instead of taking the initiative.
Well, Sabine still comes out this turn, so he's got a little bit of
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Got a
Yeah.
little bit of time. It looks like, debating on
Pinging
whether or
the
not to ping the
damage.
damage. I feel like you always do if you are in this position.
In this situation, it feels like there's no reason not to.
It's just a lot of damage. And next round, I mean, you're looking at.
It's 1 more damage because
it
of
is one more
Red
damage
3.
because of Red 3. So you got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 damage you're facing down next turn. That's a lot.
That's tough. That's tough.
That's a lot.
He did draw another Bright Hope, which still gets 1 shot, but
And Spec Force is in your opponent's hand as well.
yep, exactly.
It's looking a little dicey here.
What are you resourcing here?
Um,
Carabast, right?
Yeah, Carabast for sure. I mean, you can
That's
deal a
probably the
maximum of
weakest.
3 damage with it if you attack into Sabine and don't die. But that's just so slow. But maybe you try and go for a Strike True and a Carabast this turn.
Yeah.
It's just a little. It feels a little slow. Your opponent probably always attacks with that A-Wing first. And well, I guess you can Strike True the A-Wing, then attack Sabine and then Carabast. But it's a lot of actions that you're taking, and you're taking damage in between each one of those.
Mm-hmm. What if you don't have early answers to Sabine's low
Ooh.
to the ground?
I feel like you gotta. Well, A-Wing can't die here, actually, right? Yeah. Strike True doesn't
and
actually kill
the
A-Wing.
Rebel
And then
Assault.
Rebel Assault. Oof.
That's how
That's
much?
a lot of damage. That's
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
it's like 12
10,
or something.
11,
Plus the red 3 damage.
12, 13.
That's a lot. That's a big Rebel Assault right there.
Good night.
That's a
Like,
lot.
he does
of
have the
damage.
Carabast to take out the red 3.
Yep.
He needed that a turn earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Down
5 health left. We've got K2 coming down this turn probably, and then
he hasn't even gotten to get Hera out yet.
Yep.
So you
Hera's
play
next
the
turn.
defender, I think, and
You're pretty close to dead if you play that defender. Actually, you're pretty close to dead if you play anything because you can ECL K2.
yeah.
Ouch.
Yep.
So it takes 2 to the base. So
Yep. So if K2
all that
dies,
has to happen is K2 dying, and
oh,
good night.
that always feels so bad.
Man.
That always feels so bad.
There's just so much reach in that Sabine deck. It's just
Yep.
nuts.
Yep. Not looking good. Not as close as the last game was.
Yeah.
Last game went a lot better. It's because it's that it feels like that in every Sabine game that I've played. That if Sabine gets to get the space units early, like goes A-Wing wing leader, and you don't have the answer to it, it's really hard to crawl your way back into that game.
Yeah.
Like you're taking so much damage to face so fast, so early with that start.
Mm-hmm.
And unless, like, even when he got to play Bright Hope, it didn't matter because he was one shot.
100%.
So it's tough.
Definitely tough. And it looks like Kevin scoops it up there, and that's it. That's round 1 for
That's round one.
these players. So
Let's hear what they had to say about the matchup.
So that went about as expected. Shout out to Tower number 9 for being an awesome opponent. Really strong player, playing a really good deck. Hera Blue, I think, unfortunately, is just probably a little bit too fair. I was able to almost get there in game 1, which was encouraging because I was able to play a lot of the blue cards that I thought might swing the tide in my favor. Obviously, the Gorilla Attack Pod coming down there at the end and closing the game out was an awesome play, and I enjoyed losing that way because it was really cool. So I do think that Hera's ability just not affecting the board at all until she deploys is really something that's holding her back. So I have to find ways to maybe try to make that deck a little bit more tricky and a little bit more unfair. But overall, I had a great time. It was great playing against Davis, and I hope to do this again soon. So thanks for having me, and good luck to all the competitors the rest of the way.
What's going on, guys? Tower number 9 here, and yeah, I think those games went pretty well. The first one was actually super close, though. I think Kevin was doing a good job of healing a bunch and preventing me from getting too far ahead on the base HP. The 30 HP base that he was running also helped there. I think that I was kicking myself a little after I resourced a Spec Force soldier, I believe on the same turn that he actually played Obi-Wan, so I was thinking, ooh, that wasn't my best play. Luckily, the Energy Conversion Lab with Gorilla Attack Pod combo was there to close things out. Super close game that could have gone either way. I think I only had 1 HP at the end, so yeah, really interesting. In the second game, it was less close. You know, I was able to arena dodge by having both a ground and space unit that I could start with and going to the area where my opponent wasn't. Then the wing leader buffing up my A-Wing, and then Rid 3 allowing the A-Wing to take down Bright Hope on the turn that it was deployed and just keep the aggression rolling. I thought that was really effective. Ultimately, I was able to get the win there before Hera was able to deploy, which, you know, less close of a game. Sabine was really, really firing on all cylinders that time. But, that first one was really close. So good games to Kevin, and I'll be interested to see how the rest of this event goes. Catch you guys later.
All right, well, there you have it. I really would have liked to see that matchup go to round 3, to see if the balance is out, because game 2 was almost a non-game compared to game 1. But yeah, good job to Tower Number 9, and thank both Roll On Gaming and Tower Number 9 for joining us. But hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, we'll see you on the next one.
Later.